there's a fly in here. See if I can get it. No, I'm just kidding. He's not even close. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to the Pikes Peak series where we're getting this thing ready from the track. Just bought it used and we're going straight to the track in under 2 weeks, so we got a lot to do, so let's get rolling. So today I'm testing out some equipment. I just got a DJI Pocket 2 cam, so that's what is currently trying to follow me, if you can tell. I'm still working with some bugs about that and figuring that camera out, and also I have the new microphone set up. So it has a wireless transmitter and a lavalier microphone. So audio quality should have improved over the last videos and what I put out so far. So hopefully you stay with me and see me improve even more. Thanks. Has no muffler on it, so it's gonna be loud. So it'll be a really good test of this microphone. It's gonna be in a garage with no muffler, so take that into consideration if it gets blown out. But I'm gonna leave it on my hoodie here because it seems like it's picking up sound pretty good. So first things first, let's start the bike. And see how it goes. It's warmed up a little bit, so we're gonna give it some rev, see what happens. This will also be a good microphone test to see how good the microphone picks up the exhaust in a garage or my voice. So if you're seeing any of this, it worked. We got the bike up to temperature. I can't even tell if you can. I'm still figuring out the camera. The bike's up at temperature, and our oil is returning. And I think we're gonna be good. We're gonna call that good. I think the tune-up's going great. All right, we're gonna start it in the garage, closed. See if we can get some flame shots. Alright, so we verified that the oil is good and it shoots fire! It shoots fire so good! What a great little bike. Ow. It's a sharp bike. Bit back. So next we're going to move to the rear of the bike and get this luggage rack off, and also see if we can remove this tail tightening and see how much we can clean up and remove for the track so nothing flies off and we don't cause anybody to have a bad day from stuff flying off the bike, because you never know. Okay guys, we just removed the luggage rack there's 4 bolts on the top. They are 4 5mm Allens, and there is two 5mm right there and 2 4mm right there. And then that is all the mounting points you have to do to get this off. So you can leave the bars attached in the back. So. Alright, so we have the luggage rack and the tail tidy and tail light assembly removed. Prime example of bringing your tools to your workspace so you don't have to keep walking back and forth. Work smarter, not harder, but this stuff's really not that hard to take off. They make it super easy to get to it. It's always a good habit to bag your bolts, label everything so you don't lose everything. Makes it much easier to put back together as well. So you can put, instead of a handful of bolts, spacers, everything, just throw it in the bag, forget about it. It'll be a lot easier to remember where all that stuff goes since you labeled it. It's a good thing we bought the new tail light because this nutsert broke off of the mounting tab, which I had suspect was like that when I bought the bike. And here's a good look at the new tail light. As you can see, it's LED and very clean compared to the old one. The old one's just base red, and I don't know what kind of light bars are in there, but anyway, this is LED, and this is from Custom LEDs. It comes in that box, but should has integrated turn signals and should clean the back of the bike up super nicely. And luckily for us, it has two good mounting tabs that I'm not going to break right now. But I think for the track, I'm going to throw this one back on and see what happens. This might be my track tail light. We have our new tail light over here. That's what we're going to use for the street. We're not going to put that on yet. And for now, we're going to use our old tail light. And we don't really need the electrical connectors because you don't need brake lights on the track anyway. So there's all this wiring from the previous owner. He had these strobing LED bars, which I actually liked. I'm not sure if I'm going to add them back yet, depending on how the tail light looks or the tail tidy looks, but I like them, but I don't know how I'm going to wire them in. So I'm going to cut this and keep the wiring mess the way it is. That way I can just refer to it on the new plug. It should be the same if I trace the pins. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. So I left a little pigtail just in case I want to wire it back up. So always leave yourself a little bit of room to work, but not too much to make a problem. So since that tab's broken and we are committed to the race light idea, I've since discovered there's a little bit of plastic. I don't know if you guys can see in there. A little plastic piece stuck in there. So I think some of that plastic's in here. So before we throw that clip back on and put it back in the bike, I'm going to throw a little dab of some epoxy on here, and I can get a new tab later for the new light, but or a new nutsert, whatever they're called. But I'd rather have this have some rigidity. So let's go ahead and goop some on there. So hopefully that hardens up, and then that will give us a better mounting point to mount to the bike. Alright guys, so the battery on the camera is kind of getting low, and we got the tail light drying, so I think that makes this a good stopping point for today's video. I want to thank you guys again for watching and bearing with me in the early stages of me figuring out all the technical side of this. So thanks for sticking with me, and stay tuned for more videos. If you want to stay more connected on what I'm doing on a day-to-day, follow me on Instagram at KingKDPRides. I'll throw a link down below. In the next episode of the Pikes Peak Track Prep, I'm going to be tackling the brakes and maybe start taking off some fairings to get to that fuel sensor, and we still have to change the coolant and a bunch of other things, but we still got a lot more to take off and a lot more to prep for the track. So stay tuned and see how I do it. Thanks. Look, it thinks I'm over there. See? Ooh. Ooh. Does it work better at distance? Ba da 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 ba